are happy today because it's National Grilled Cheese Day. You just can't smile without saying cheese, can you? JD here, good to have you on board. We're always smiling when you take some of your time to spend it with us here on the program, where intellectual anarchy is encouraged and nurtured for now. Marcelo working the dials, Brad producing the program. Emails at the website, jerrydoyle.com. A cheesy little grilled cheese sandwich day up there. That's a cute little... What do you think that picture's from there? National Grilled Cheese Day. It's the 1950s, back when things made sense. Poll question for you today at the website, jerrydoyle.com. School vouchers are gaining ground nationwide. The Louisiana Federation of Teachers calls vouchers a radical attack that would, quote, virtually abolish public education, end quote. You say nobody. Ain't nothing wrong with public education. 31% say we need a public-private partnership, and 69% say abolish it. That's the solution, not a problem. Your answer there at the website or here at 800-876-4123 on the program, where we like our flying a little turbulent, our women a little crazy, our politics a little messy. Oh, speaking of grilled cheese, tomorrow on the program, yes, I'm forward casting who we booked for tomorrow. John Caparulo, comedian, is going to be at the South Point Casino Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Brad, you have advised him that we are on the radio, correct? And there are certain things that he can't.
Terrestrial radio, yeah.
We're on terrestrial radio, but John Caparulo is hysterical. If you want to kind of Google him and just see what he has to say about Subway, working at Subway sandwiches, that'll give you an idea of what this guy's humor is all about. But at the Oyster Bar at the South Point Casino, the chef there, who's a Babylon 5 fan, you get a little extra something in my food, if you know what I mean, a little extra shrimp, a little extra, a little extra something for the effort. They have a lobster grilled cheese sandwich that is to die for, and we'll be sampling that on Saturday night when we go down to see John. He'll be joining us on the program tomorrow. Today on the program, Brad Meltzer is going to join us. You know his program, Brad Meltzer's Decoded. He's got a new book out called Heroes for My Daughter. Great book. He's going to be joining us to talk a little bit about that and his projects going forward. And Congressman Tom Tancredo is going to join us in the third hour of the program today. We're going to be talking about how people are all up in arms about the e-book pricing conspiracy that the United States Justice Department has decided to crack down on. And then I started thinking, well, okay, how about congressional redistricting, where instead of powerful people getting together to fix pricing, how about powerful people getting together to fix elections, to rig elections, to make sure that people don't have to worry about running for re-election and being responsible to the people? They can just pretty much get the district any way they want it, and then the politicians answer to the power structure in Washington, D.C., rather than having to be responsive to the people. What a concept. What do you hear the story about this one? Now, today, I was treated to a cheesy look-see at the jobless claim numbers that came out. Now, for the Democrats, numbers can be good or bad, and for Republicans, numbers can be good or bad. But the number is the number. It's the same number. But for the Republicans right now, anything that's bad is good, and for the Democrats, anything that's good is bad, because that's how everybody's deciding we're going to be going forward to solve the problems of the country as a whole. Bill Hemmer introducing Stuart Varney, not trying to lead us in any way because Fox is fair and balanced, trying to give us his unbiased introduction on the jobless claims number.
This is a big story, and this is not good. Moments ago, a spike in jobless applications. 380,000 Americans filing for first-time unemployment benefits. That arrow is up. Stuart Varney, Fox Business Network. It's the highest level in almost 3 months. What did the report say, Stuart?
Okay, this is a worsening in the jobs picture. It's bad news on the employment front. It's bad news for the overall economy. And it's bad news politically for President Obama.
And do you notice how gleeful he was in the bad news? It's bad news, it's bad news, it's bad news, and I can't give you enough good bad news. And Bill Hemmer painting the tape, the numbers out, and it's not good. Not good, is it, Bill? No, it's not good. We're going to be back in 2 and 2.
This is a big story, and this is not good.
Not good, not good. Now, Stuart Varney goes on to say that in this 1 month, 380,000 number, the entire economy has reversed course.
It looks like the economy has gone into reverse or reversed its course. Last week we heard that job creation rates had been cut in half. Disposable income, that's cash in your pocket, is going down, and the economy is basically slowing its rate of growth. It was 3% at the end of last year, looks like it to be under 2% right now.
Yeah, but you see, if the Republican was a president, this would be an aberration. This would be a one-off. This would be dismissed as, well, it was seasonal employment that was jettisoned after, and then you've got people that are deciding not to go into the workforce because it's spring break and it's Easter, and actually people are starting to take a look at what they're going to be doing for the summer. So you really can't look at this number as an indication of what the overall economy is doing. With this Republican in the White House and Republicans in control of the Senate and those evil Democrats in the House, just the opposite of what it is now, because Obama's in the White House and the Republicans control the House and the Democrats have the Senate. Now, Hemmer asks, is this just a 1-month deal? Is this a one-off?
Is this a trend, or is it a 1-month deal?
Well, it looks like a trend. Bad news last week with figures last Friday. More bad news today with these employment figures. Bad news on how much we actually earn and take-home pay. Bad news on the overall number of people who've dropped out of the economy. It looks like it's a new trend. You've got to follow this in the weeks and months to come, but it looks like the turning point was last week and the downtrend has begun.
So in 1 week, we've now got a trend. In 1 week, it's bad, 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 bad. 1 month, Stuart, does not a trend make. 1 week certainly does not a trend make. But when you're trying to make it bad, 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 you can make the numbers anything you want them to be. How bad is it, Stuart? Is it bad?
It's bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news, more bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news indeed.
Romney wins! I'm watching this going, wow, they must think there's a lot of really stupid people out there. And apparently there are a lot of really stupid people out there, because they sit there and they're like, it's really bad, and I've never been so excited that things are bad. This has nothing to do with the bad news for the people who had to file for those jobless claims. This is not bad news, according to the politicos and the pundits out there that want to spin these numbers for whatever political advantage they can make for whatever political party they happen to be hacking for and hoax person for. But there are real people that don't have real jobs. There are real people that are unemployment. There are real people that have been out of work for 6 months or more, or a year or more, on unemployment benefits for 99 weeks. And this is bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's the trend. And guess what happens if Romney wins in November? It's a miracle. The trend has reversed. The jobs numbers are up, but it's a one-off because we got Mitt Romney in the White House. Woo! What are we going to do with all the jobs? You won't know what to do with all the money. You people are going to have to hire financial advisors. You're going to have money just falling out of your pockets like the billionaires who are backing the Buffett rule. That's how rich you're going to be. Oh, how rich it is to watch people trying to spin something into whatever it is they want it to be. Michael Jackson. How bad is it? It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. I was just pushing my fedora there forward. I don't know if you remember that. Michael Jackson. Yeah.
It's
Stuart
bad
Varney.
news.
Stuart Varney on backup vocals
Bad
with
news.
Michael Jackson. Is it bad, Stuart?
Bad news. Bad news.
Oh, God.
More bad news.
This is the way I start my day, and it's a wonder I'm not shooting
Bad
heroin by 9 o'clock in the morning. It's just really,
Bad
you watch
news
this
indeed.
stuff, then I watch these lunatics over on CNN talking about Ann Romney and how like she's never worked a day in her life. And now they're like going, what I meant to say was, no, what this broad meant to say, and I say that in a condescending way, because you know when I say broad, I say it in the broad sense of my overall appreciation, love for women. But this stupid broad at CNN, which goes to verify my contention about CNN, it is the bitchy broad and the beta boy network. I've never seen a greater collection of women that... Do you smell that? Everything stinks over at CNN. It's, you know, obviously they're in Hoboken and, you know, they've got the river and they've got some of the stink that comes off the river. But the stink is coming from the cesspool of supposed pundits at CNN where everything smells bad to them. Bitchy broads, beta boys at CNN. And this broad is talking about, Ann Romney's never worked a day in her life. And now she's coming out and saying, well, I think I was taken out of context or someone misconstrued what I was saying. But what I meant to say was, no, what you said was what you said. You have a total disdain for stay-at-home moms. You have a total disregard for a mom and a dad and a family because you, just like that tool Hillary Clinton, you think it all is about a village raising your children. It takes a village. Well, what's this broad's name at CNN? I've somehow blanked it from my mind. The one, Susan Rosen, is that her name? Susan Rosen? The one who was talking about Ann Romney? Is anybody out there working the show today?
Yeah, right here.
Right there. What are you doing? Making a grilled cheese sandwich on your little portable hibachi there?
It's
what
bad
is it?
news, Jerry. It's just bad news.
CNN's, whatever this broad's name is at CNN, is just, I'll let it go with that. I'm going to get myself in trouble if I keep talking about this broad at CNN. It's just, wherever this CNN broad lives, the village is in search of its idiot. 800-876-4123 is the number. Lots to get to on the program today. We've got the Big Easy Education Voucher Program. Twice the education at half
at
the
this
price.
Stage.
No, that's not bad. Redistricting. The Dollar Shave Club, airline reward cards are taken off. Newt Gingrich, not only a serial husband, but a serial check bouncer. We've got government-subsidized tents for the homeless, lowering the stripper pole bar, the billionaire backers of the Buffett rule, and is there a communist in the House? Representative Alan West says, yeah, in the House of Representatives, there's 81 communists in the House. Is he still in the House himself? Stick with us. Lots to get to.
It's bad news on the employment front, it's bad news for the overall economy, and it's bad news politically for President Obama. Bad news last week with figures last Friday, more bad news today with these employment figures, bad news on how much we actually earn and take-home pay, bad news on the overall number of people who've dropped out of the economy. Bad news indeed.
Who's bad? This is the Jerry Doyle Show.